Hello my dear students, welcome to my SST class. We are doing the chapter 8 History Devotional Paths to the Divine. In previous class we have learned about the Supreme God, rebirth, reincarnations and Bhakti traditions. Today we will learn about the philosophy and Bhakti, and under this context we will discuss about some religious leaders' life, just like Shankara, Ramanuja, Vasubhavanas and the saints of Maharashtra, Nathpanthis, Siddhas and Yogis. So let's start with the first topic for today's class, and that is Shankara. Shankara, born in Kerala in the 8th century. He was a very influential thinker of India. He was an advocate of Advaita, or the doctrine of the oneness of the human soul, or the supreme soul, which is formless and is the ultimate reality. Means he didn't believe in any kind of idol worship. Okay. He advised people to give up worldly things because they are an illusion or maya, and to follow the paths of knowledge because it is the true path of salvation. Our next topic is Ramanuja. He was born in Tamil Nadu in 11th century, and he was highly influenced by the philosophy of the Alvaras. He thought that the path to the salvation was through intense devotion to Lord Vishnu, because the grace of the Lord helps devotee attain permanent bliss, we can say the freedom and happiness. He also suggested the theory of Vashishta Veda, or we can say the qualified oneness, which says that even if a soul unites with the Supreme Soul, it remains distinct and under the blessing of the Supreme Soul. This ideology inspired a new form of bhakti in northern India. Means if you want to devote it towards the God, you want a qualified person to guide you. Okay, and that one, Vishnu. Our next topic is Vasavana's Virasham. The Tamil Bhakti movement and temple worship came together to create the Virasham movement that began in Karnataka in mid-12th century. It was initiated by Vasavana and other Virashivs such as Alma Prabhu and Akka Mahadevi. They fought for the equality of all human beings and against the Brahmanical ideas of caste and poor treatment of women. They were also against religious rituals and idol worship. Our next topic is the saints of Maharashtra. Between the 13th and the 17th centuries, many saint poets such as Janeshwar, Namdev, Eknath and Tukaram, women such as Sakubai and the family of Chokhamela from Maharashtra inspired people to follow the bhakti of Vithala temple in Pandharpur, as well as that the God that lives in the people's heart. Vithala means God of Vishnu. They rejected all kinds of rituals. Unnecessary display of piety means the dutiful respect, and discrimination on the basis of caste. They rejected the concept of renouncing the world and preferred to stay with their families and serve fellow humans. This was a new form of bhakti where happiness was in the sharing the pain of others. Our last topic for today's class is Nathpanthis, Siddhas and Yogis. There were some groups which followed none of these rituals, and those groups were called as Nathpanthis, Siddhas and Yogis. They believed in yogasana and meditation. Okay, so Nathpanthis, Siddhacharas and Yogis preached reincarnation, self-sacrifice and taught that the path to salvation was through meditation on the formless ultimate reality and the oneness of the human soul with it. They preached intense training of the mind and body through yogasana, breathing exercise and meditation. These groups were popular among the low castes, and their criticism for the common Vedic religion created a base for a new religion to become a common power in the north. So my dear children, the summary for today's class is that every religious leaders believed in the formless God. They know the true path of salvation is the path of knowledge. They were against the religious rituals and idol worship. Okay, So my dear children, that's enough for today's class. We will meet in our next class with new topic. Till now, bye, take care and happy learning.